So I had planned to sit down and do like a medication update video, but as I started talking about medication and how it was affecting me and all of that, I kind of just found myself getting lost in like a massive rant about how terrible, like, I just got myself into a bit of a deep hole of like, I can't understand how we're going through this really difficult time, and no one has really addressed how serious the decline in general good well-being has been. The statistics surrounding mental health and depression and anxiety and suicide, it's very disappointing that the government haven't addressed that and openly expressed how serious it is and how you should contact your doctor or contact a helpline or contact a friend or somebody if you're really struggling during this time. I mean, I'm still taking antidepressants, and throughout lockdown I was taking antidepressants. I was taking sertraline 150 milligrams, and I think it's called venlafaxine or venlaxafine 37.5 milligrams. So I was taking that throughout lockdown, which is all great, but there's so many other factors in life that affect your mental health, and just being on lockdown and taking a pill every day is not going to make you happy, obviously. And lockdown in itself, I feel like, was a different journey for everyone, even though for me personally, I tried to make the most of it. I tried to connect with myself spiritually, and I found myself reaching spiritual places that I was really happy with, and I was able to kind of zen and find a lot of peace with myself and my mental health. But not everyone did. I didn't feel that continuously. There was obviously bad days, but a lot of people just had a continuous bad day, and are probably still continuing to have those bad days. So when people are working from home are actually getting no social time, and having no social time and just kind of having social media, I feel like is very bad for your mental health sometimes, depending on what you're seeing on social media. I mean, for me personally, social media absolutely ruins my head. It can put me in the worst headspace, and if I'm already in a terrible headspace, social media does not help me. I don't even feel like I know what the point of this video is. I think I'm just kind of expressing how I feel about everything at the moment in terms of mental well-being and the lack of care for everyone's mental well-being. It's really sad. It's really sad. I can imagine a lot of experiences have been similar in some senses. So I mean, for me, I've not seen my doctor who put me on my medication since before COVID. I saw her in January and she put me on venlafaxine, and when we went into lockdown, I haven't actually had any contact with her since. Anyone I've called it's been like an on-call doctor, and even then the matter's not taken seriously enough. In about July, August time, I was told to stop taking venlafaxine just because of other personal health reasons, and I was told it would do more harm than good. And that conversation was not with my normal doctor. That was also the last I've heard regarding my medication. And it was kind of like, stop taking it, don't take it. Keep taking sertraline, but stop taking venlafaxine. And there was no kind of like, but we'll check in regularly with you, or but we'll try this instead, or, you know, if you're struggling, you can do this. Like, there was no like alternative. And you just kind of get told, like, if you contact the doctor during this time, I completely understand it's a hard time for every single person, including doctors, right? But no one checks in with you. Like, no one has checked in during COVID with like anyone with like a medical profession has not checked in. And I think like I'm doing good. I'm doing fine on my medication. I feel like when my mood dips, it goes downhill at quite like a steady pace rather than like a mega high then a mega low. So I feel like I'm lucky in that sense because I can kind of I notice when I'm going downhill. I don't know how to stop it anymore, to be honest, because I feel like everything I used to do to stop it, can't really do much anymore during this time. I don't really know what I'm saying, if I'm honest. I think I just wanted to openly say, like, it's completely understandable that so many people are struggling with their mental health at the moment, and it's hugely disappointing that the government aren't trying hard enough to help that situation. It's actually sickening, to be honest. Yeah, you can take medication, you can put all these different tools into place to try and keep yourself in high spirits and in a good place, and it works. Like, it works, but it's kind of like, to what extent can you do all of that by yourself without like a professional's help or advice or some guidance? And even just for someone to reach out to someone other than, even for someone to reach out to a friend or to a family member or to anyone regarding their mental health is really daunting, and a lot of people don't do it. And in this time, I feel like there's probably a lot of people who are experiencing a low patch in their lives for the first time. Sometimes you do just need a hand and a bit of guidance in everything. So yeah, I mean, that was all a bit depressing, but I feel like it needed to be said and got off my chest, because it's actually boring now, feeling depressed and not being able to do anything about it. Like, I'm fine. It's just draining, to be honest. And I am actually baffled. I'm baffled at the lack of government support or awareness or anything. It's a tough time for literally everyone. This was a really unstructured, weird video. I don't even really know what I've been going on about the whole time. I think I just needed to get off my chest and express how I'm feeling towards like life at the moment. It's like life has just stopped, but it hasn't. Like, everything's stopped bar life. And I just hope everyone is able to reach out when they need to, and is getting some kind of support where they can, because it's a really hard time trying to get that help. I can't wait for the day that the government realise how important it is to keep your mental health in a positive space, and how much more funding mental health needs, how much more funding the NHS needs, and just how important it is in general. Like, it's really, really sad seeing all the statistics of how many more people are feeling anxious and depressed in this time, and how many more people are taking their lives during this time. It's really, really sad to see, because although COVID is doing a horrible thing to the world right now, it's not just the virus itself that's affecting people and killing people. It's all of the things that are coming from it, all of the factors that are stemming from it. You know, job loss, worries with finance, isolation. Like, we were born to socialise. We don't work in isolation, and all of those things put together are gonna cause so many different feelings and emotions, and we're not talking about them, and they're not being addressed, and it's important. So that's my piece. I've said it. I've got it off my chest. Sometimes I just need the world to hear what I'm thinking, because otherwise my head's gonna blow up. But stay safe, reach out to anyone, reach out to me, reach out to someone if you need a hand, and look after yourselves during this time in our lives.